Welcome to ShowUp&GLOW. My name is Jalen. This is my cozy corner, a space created just for you to tune in and chill out. If this interests you, I invite you to find some headphones, find a quiet space, and join me for a very calming and comforting experience. If this is not for you, that is okay. I appreciate you stopping by. As you notice yourself enjoying your stay, please make sure to like and subscribe for more of this calm and cozy vibe. Now let's get started. Well, I feel like I have opened the eyes of so many of you to the world of yoga. If you didn't catch my last video about yoga and the benefits of a particular practice called yin yoga, go watch it. Now, if you did see it, welcome back. I personally thought, in the beginning there was yoga. In the beginning, learning about yoga, I was like, oh, okay, it's just about like stretching and posing and I don't know, maybe it makes you limber. Like, I just knew like the superficial parts of yoga. And there's so much more. Like we talked about in the last video, there's different types of yoga for different types of practices. There are endless moves, postures, holds. There are levels, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. There are different rooms you practice yoga in. You practice it really hot, really humid, really mellow, really intense. And yoga just has like so many variations for literally everyone. Yoga is important for our bodies. I know. Do you hate hearing that? Do you hate it? But it is. It's more important than any other practice. I will stand on that hill. I will stand on it that it is more important than any other fitness. I put fitness like this because yoga so much isn't always about fitness, but fitness thing. And it's for everybody and every body. You can do yoga as a kid. You can do yoga as an older person. You can do yoga if you have disabilities. You can do yoga if you got a functioning body. You can do yoga if your body doesn't function. You can do yoga whatever. You can be the strongest person in the world and you can be the weakest person in the world and you can do yoga. So, I wanted to flip through and talk about the science of yoga. And as you know, we don't want to get canceled, so I will not be reading this whole thing. We are not reading this book. We're just going to be highlighting some key elements and some key discussion topics, but this book really opened my eyes to exactly this, the science of yoga, and the science behind how these stretches can help your body. Now, don't turn the video off yet. We haven't even got into it. I promise you're going to learn something. You will. You will learn something. And you might even try it. And I encourage you to try it today, this week. But if you're a skeptic, there's two parties. If you're a skeptic or if you just like to learn a lot, this book is for you. It's going to answer any questions you may have in a scientific way. It's going to break down how and why yoga aids in promoting the healthiest body you can have. And it's just really going to open your eyes and maybe get you to experiment a little bit with your own yoga practice. And for instance, today I didn't do a full yoga routine, but I did 3 poses on the ground with a timer and some music, and it maybe took me 10 minutes, and I just sat in a pose like yin yoga does. I just sat in the pose, breathed into that part of my body I was trying to relax, and listened to music, and then when the timer dinged, I would get out of the position carefully, move on to the next position, and I feel great. It doesn't have to be a full long 30-minute, 45-hour long session. It could just be a little bit. So let's open this book. Let's talk a little bit about it. Are you familiar with yoga? Are you familiar that yoga has a scientific approach? Tell me below. Okay. Oh, this is perfect. We have a wide table of contents, but I want to go to the Q&As. Actually, we'll get there in a minute. It's like I'm like slowing myself down. I'm like, just wait a dang minute. I want to show you some of the artwork and how detailed this book is. It's one of the best books I've ever purchased. It is absolutely worth the $26.99 or $25.99, $26. Or if you're in, oh my god, I just gave you the Canadian price. I am so sorry for that. But if you're in Canada, it's $25.99. But if you're in America, it's $19.99. Get ready. Alright, so first we got the skeletal system. You familiar with it? You got one in your body. Get familiar with it. It's talking all about the skeletal system, which is important in yoga. I mean, that's why yoga is one of the best things you could do for yourself, because it attacks everything. Maybe attacks is the right word. It addresses every little thing about your body. Okay, so we got all this. Okay, then we go to the muscular system, guys. We all got a muscular system, right? Ooh. Ew. I'm not a science girl. I don't like seeing like scientific things because it kind of grosses me out. But I find this incredibly fascinating. Okay, so it talks about the muscle structure, talks about how your muscles work, which again, this book is way better than any PE class you had to sit through from 1st to 12th grade, unless you played sports and then you were an elite human being. But for the rest of us, what did we learn from that? That kids are bullies? I don't know, and that picking teams is the worst thing in the entire world for your ego. This, when you read it as an adult, is actually pretty fascinating. Okay, so then we get to the brain, why yoga helps the brain. Fabulous. Cardiovascular system. It talks about everything. Digestive system. Now it's going to talk about the poses. Now watch this. Actually, let me see if I can find one that's not split in the page. You gotta see this. Look how detailed all of the imagery is, and it is the entire book, and it is breaking down every single piece of your body when it is in a position, what it is doing for you, which I find incredibly powerful. You know how powerful that can be? We're about to have a little, I'm going to tell you, we're about to have story time. You've had a long day. You haven't yet got to watch ShowUp&GLOW and come and relax in the cozy corner. You haven't got to do it yet today. But you're sitting in your bedroom or your living room or your kitchen, and your mind starts to tell you, ooh, My upper back feels stiff. Oh, my hips hurt. Oh, I got a pain in my chest. Oh, my shoulders are tight. And then you remember, oh my god, I have this book. And I can just flip to any page and find a pose that's going to help me relax and release that said area pretty instantly. That is powerful to be able to do. Sometimes it can take us a while to relax our mind or grow muscles or lose weight. And there's a lot of other things that are just like out of our control in life. So yoga, and especially this book, I feel very in control and powerful to address things going on with myself that I know can make me feel better. This is a pose. This is called mountain pose. You literally just stand there. Now, there's other elements to a mountain pose. Like, look at this. Down here, they have a key. So right here, it's going to say the key. This means your joints. This means your muscles. This is what you're engaging while stretching, and stretching. So this red, you're engaging this. When you're in mountain pose, you're literally stretching your shoulders. It says, stretching is the blue. Engaging while stretching is the purple. And the more mindful you become, my cozy corner helps with mindfulness. The more mindful you become, the more you feel those engaged parts, the stretching parts, the parts you need to back up a little bit and ease in, and the parts that you can sink a little bit lower in, you know? Chair pose. Look how many parts chair pose is working. From the outside, you see yoga, you're like, oh, it's not for me. Or it excites you and you're like, heck yeah, I love doing yoga. But you don't see all of this going on. You know? You don't see in whoever's doing yoga or even yourself, everything you're engaging and stretching in. Guys, the body, don't neglect it. Don't neglect your body. Alright, so that's kind of the guts of the book. Now let's get to the Q&A because I just want to read a little bit about how this helps with stress and what else did it say? The brain and mental well-being. Oh, and they even have a section here for yoga therapy. Perfect. This is perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. $188. Let's just read a little bit, okay? Common sense tells us that yoga helps to manage stress by promoting relaxation and holistic well-being. But understanding the science behind the calming power of yoga can empower us to take a more proactive approach to a less stressed life, which enables us to achieve more positive health outcomes. It's exactly like what I was saying. It's exactly like what I was saying, book. It's like you read my mind, book. It's like you heard me. It says, enhancing your mind-body and body-mind connection increases your ability to self-regulate and improves your resilience. This is powerful stuff, you guys. Okay, I'll read this last little bit for stress. Let's go over this. How does an improved mind-body connection help me manage stress? Because yoga includes practices that engage both your mind and your body, it helps you to regulate your system through both top-down and bottom-up pathways. Enhancing your mind-body and body-mind connections increases your ability to self-regulate and improves your resilience. Oh, they just took a little blurb from that, but they're right. It's just so fascinating, guys. Like, all these Q&As, it's talking also about the vagus nervous system. If you don't know about the vagus nerve system, that's a whole other conversation we can have. Oh, this is so good. It says, through yoga, remember, this is science. This isn't some opinion piece. This is science. It is written by doctors. It is studied. It is tested. It is, if you want to believe science, let's just call it real. It's real. It says, through yoga, you cultivate the capacity to be a non-judgmental observer of the constant changes so they don't control you. It's helpful for life. This quote right here. It says, 8 weeks of mindfulness meditation can help reduce fear-related activity in the brain. New research shows us that yoga changes how our brains work for the better. And on that note, that is a little piece to why I created this cozy corner for you. I recognize that we're lacking this type of calm space on a regular basis with a clock and a lava lamp and me talking to you, bringing you back to a present moment. It's important to take care of your mind and to relax your mind. I hope I provide a little piece of that in your day. And I also hope I encourage you to start stretching and look more into the science of yoga in a way that it can help you find peace, find calm, find strength. I mean, you can start out doing yoga for one reason, or just practicing, again, just basic stretches like I have us doing here on my channel all the time. You can start there, and then you realize other things are changing in your body. Better sleep. Yes, yoga promotes better sleep. Better digestion, and the organs working, like detoxifying. Yes, yoga does that. Strength, sure, depending on what type of pose you're going to do. Overall, health and well-being comes to you through a simple yoga or stretching practice. Were you familiar with the science behind yoga? Were you familiar with like all the muscles that engage and move in one pose? That is fascinating to me. Do you have any favorite yoga books or classes? What's been your experience? I would love to know below. Well, We can't talk about yoga without doing a little stretchy stretch. Okay, we're going to do one of these. We're going to pull our arm forward and we're going to just pull it back. We're going to stretch out the palm and the whatever this is. On a leg, this would be your calf. On your arm, what is it? Stretch it. Stretch it. Both sides. Okay. Ooh, a nice shake. It's always we're going to pull the arm across. It's just instant. You feel it through your shoulder, through your upper back. Let's go the other side. Let's do one for the neck. Wherever you are, just look down, letting the head hang heavy. You can feel it in the upper back. Fantastic. Thank you for being here with me today. I really appreciate you spending your time hanging out in my cozy corner. I'll see you again real soon.